We are live, boy.
Hey. We came out to play tonight. Welcome back. It's your man, Eddie Ed.
It's dialogue, all right. D for dialogue, folks. Welcome back to the Holy Duo live stream that we do every
Welcome,
Wednesday.
welcome back, man. But it's not Wednesday today. It's Friday. It's Freaky Friday. No, we ain't doing Freaky Friday though. You ever heard of Freaky Friday? Like from
No,
back in the days?
no,
Oh, that's
no.
old 106 in Park. Yeah, that's old 106 in
It
Park.
sounds familiar though.
Yeah, bro, they used to do that back in the day, and the Breakfast Club does it now, so you can go check that out.
Mm.
But welcome, guys, man. We appreciate you guys for stopping on in. If you're watching the playback and you're not subscribed, subscribe. If you're watching live, chat with us in the chat. Do all that you got, and comment down below after the video. We got Jamie Foxx hospital situation. Abba and
Yeah.
Preach about Just Pearly Things, man. Just Pearly Things got some dark nuggets that we're gonna unveil and dip in this sauce. And then Hafiz is in the mix as well. So without further ado, let's hop straight into the topics and let's get started with our shorts.
All right. This just pearly things one is going to be very interesting. I'm sure a lot of people have seen it already, but
Yeah,
I
I'm
wanna,
fresh into this too.
yeah, I wanna bring it full circle to something that happened a bit ago, and dudes out here tripping, man. That's why I'll get into it. I'll get into it.
Let's see, man.
I'll get into it. All right.
Let's see.
Just a quick look. I have no idea who this girl is.
Oh,
Um, 1 second. Yeah, I have no idea who she is, but she was saying some stuff that
you
is
look ready. Sorry, my bad.
what
Wait,
happened.
go ahead.
What
I
did you
just
say?
said she looked ready.
What she look ready for?
Like she looked ready to like go in.
Oh, she actually has
Yeah.
a calm demeanor.
Okay. Never mind.
Yeah. So I don't know why the thing is cutting off here. I think I did it like that. Gotcha. I like that. All right, but yeah, she has a calm demeanor, and she's saying stuff that's like what a lot of girls are saying today, and a lot of people have issues with it. But I I'll make my point after she talks.
On the cards for me. I'm not gonna learn how to cook. I'm not gonna learn how to clean. I am sorry.
Well,
Ouch. Whoa.
that's
Whoa.
tough.
Oh, that's Bradley
I'm
Martin.
hoping that
Okay.
Hold on. Wait. Pause. Pause
Yeah.
real quick. Bradley funny. He said, whoa, that's tough.
Yeah, that's tough. It is
Oh my
tough.
goodness. But that's crazy. I'm not gonna cook. I'm not gonna clean. You know what? The what I've come to learn is, and one gotta get deep is that each couple has to learn how to work together as exclusively. You know what I mean? Like what
Hmm.
works for you guys is what you guys have to find out. And I think I'm more so on the side of one task isn't predestinated for one person necessarily when it comes to chores. You know what I
Mm.
mean? I think that's more of what you guys got to figure out as you guys live together. You know what I mean? And
Okay.
and but the angle that she's coming from is like, well, I'm not doing that at all. So you can like, I don't think that's correct
That's a
either,
good point.
be- because if we work together, we're gonna have to take turns. Eventually. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Nobody. I don't think there's any one person that on chores is the only person that's gonna do that forever. I think that's how a lot of it sounds. Is like, oh, she's doing the cooking and cleaning, and that's it. Some people that works for some people, but I think as a general case, I think couples have to uniquely figure out what works for them and do that instead of like picking up this thing that everybody says is supposed to be when you guys are struggling because you're letting other people tell you how to do your marriage thing. You know what I mean? I think that isn't right. Because then it's expectations and then you try to force to fit this picture that I think is not the picture that fits what you guys actually are, and it just messes things up. Like I think it just messes up the whole flow of things. But you guys got to figure it out. Uh,
Yeah.
as you guys, go along. I think that's much better.
Do you think she has a calm demeanor?
I think she's cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, she seems to have a calm demeanor. So yeah, I think you said something very interesting there that goes along with what I was thinking, is that it's not a good thing that she's coming at it from that angle of I'm not gonna do this, I'm not gonna do that, because that obviously defeats the purpose of how a marriage is supposed to work role wise. Um,
Hmm.
Secondly, if you were raised as a farmer, there's no way you can be an astronaut. Was she raised to cook and clean? That's the question that we should be asking, because what people are going to do is, oh, well, she's one of these modern day women and she has no value when it comes to being a wife. Well, okay, fine, but she wasn't raised to do any of that. So how can we
Hmm.
expect her to want to do any of that? You see,
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Yeah,
yeah.
man.
So you have people out here who are specifically raised to do these things, and then we come out and we say, well, they shouldn't be doing that. It's like, bro, but how these people, these kind of people, this lady, yeah, this lady up here, they have existed since the beginning of how human beings are, because humans are selfish in nature. So whatever we're taught, we're going to want to do a selfish version of it. And she seems like she was raised with a strong mindset of, school education, career type thing. And she's going that way with it. And the selfish part of it is, I'm not going to cook, I'm not going to clean, I'm not going to do any of the
Yeah.
wifely duties, right? So I have no problems with her. The thing is, if this is not what you want as a guy, you should be happy that she's saying these things, because you're not
Yeah.
going to
Now
get
you know.
married to her. Exactly. You have to hear these women when you hear them. The thing today is they act like these women are like booming now. They're all over the place. They may be, but they've always been there. There's a lot more of them, but there's less of us guys. So why don't you go and find the proper woman? A woman who doesn't
Oh yeah.
spout these
We
things, right?
we we got more options, as far as the men to lady or the men to women ratio.
Yeah. The more
Yeah.
women that come out like this, the more options you have as a guy, because now you know exactly what not to pick. Unless you want her. Unless you want someone who has these values. Then of course that's all you, man. Be a stay-at-home husband.
Oh, you
Do the thing, man. Just don't be
do the
friends with
thing.
just don't be friends with Tyrone, who's 210, going to the gym every day with 3 kids and a wife, talking about something. I'm a stay-at-home husband. Alrighty, boy. That's cool. Okay. All right.
You to
My
cheat.
partner would do that for me.
Yeah. So you're gonna date
I'm
a.
okay.
She
The norms don't have to be
What'd you say?
she said her partner's gonna do all that for her. Well,
Yeah, that's a
I.
as a servant. That is a servant, because I'm not saying it like obviously us Christian guys, we don't say, yeah, I'm gonna marry my wife and she's gonna cook and clean and do this for me, and that's exactly what she's gonna do because that's her role, and we don't do that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because the wife already understands and the husband already understands, so we come together understanding, compared to someone who's like, I am not gonna do it and my partner is gonna do that for me. It's
Mm-hmm.
about you. I didn't realize the marriage was about you. I thought it was about the marriage. So you hear that selfish nature that I was talking about.
Yeah, and I was gonna say one thing, and I just thought about this. It's like, just think about going into a house, right? You guys are going into your newly found house. Let's say the whole idea is how we're gonna take care of our house. That should be the
Exactly.
basis of it. How are we gonna work together to take care of this? And then whatever that plan is, that should be the plan. It shouldn't be any pre-existing rules, that don't fit how you guys actually work together, but just something that you adopted, and that's not your own. You know what I mean? So the idea I have in my head is like, y'all have a house, how y'all gonna work together to support the house, and then figure
Yeah.
it out from there.
Someone will even say, well, he asked her what kind of marriage she wants or whatever the question may be. Okay, he asked her what kind of husband she wants, but he didn't say, what do you want your husband to do for you? How are you the center of the marriage? That has, I'm pretty sure no one will ask that question like, how do you want your husband to serve you?
There, I'll be the
So you're
breadwinner.
gonna date a girl.
Didn't say I'm gonna date a girl.
Okay. Well, you said two things and just referenced dating a girl.
No, I'm just.
I'm gonna sound really insensitive right now, but
no,
I don't
but
care.
guys, I'm sure can cook and clean, and they'd
Like
love
three of
to.
them.
Huh?
Like 3 of them.
No, and they would love to not work, and I'll just bring home the money, and they can cook. I'm
Wow,
kidding.
you want a stay-at-home dad? That's kind of dope. You can be like a sugar mama.
Yeah. No,
Damn.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying.
Ew.
I know how to
Scratch
cook.
Well, man. Well, you guys know that?
Just the way. No, not really. You can continue.
But real quick, she said the guys that don't love to work. She
Now,
is gonna-
Tyrone sounds like that's the one, cause I'm pretty sure Tyrone like to stay at home and just smash and eat. Shoot.
But I will say, staying at home isn't a walk in the park. It is not a walk in the park. Can you imagine living by yourself, right? When you live by yourself, cool, you can do whatever you want. No one can say anything. But when you live with someone else, you
Yeah,
gotta.
they gotta come home. Yeah.
So the
Yeah.
stay-at-home husband thing isn't that great. It really isn't. It
The
really
advertisers is false.
It's so false. But that's how you know that she's only saying the lies that she's heard. That's just the thing nowadays.
Yeah, people just repeat what other people's ideas, and that's what I'm saying when it comes to the whole marriage thing. Is like, yeah, we know of all these ideas and stuff, but until you work together, you can't say is this. You just can't adopt stuff that you hear.
Exactly. Yep.
All that. No, you can't cook. That's
No.
bullshit.
She can't really cook. I don't like to cook.
It's not in the cards for me.
Yeah, so there's that short. I think we talked about it extensively. But yeah, at the end of the day, you want these women to be saying these things that truly believe it, right? Because that is what they believe, that is their value, that's what they want from you as a guy. You don't get married to her just because you find her attractive. You get married to her because your values align. So,
Yep.
I still stand on the reason that, a lot of divorces happen today because the women who were married were not vetted enough. They were not vetted well enough. And I do stand on that point, especially in the Western culture, because this Western culture has a thing of doing things backwards when it comes to marriage, where they will date the person, they will fall in love with the person for like a year, and then be like, it's time to meet my parents. So by the time your parents are like, yo, there's something wrong with this person, don't get married to them, it's too late. You already love them. You're already talking about marriage and kids and all of these things. You get married to them. There you go, divorce.
Ta-da.
Divorce. Yep. There you go. So
Tatiana.
let's stop getting on these women about these things, man. Leave them alone. They've always
Leave
existed.
him alone.
Yeah. What?
Leave him alone.
Oh, I thought you said they belong. Like the
Oh no.
yeah, everyone says that. But hey man, leave them where you found them.
Leave where you found them.
Leave them where you found
Do wait,
them.
hold on. Do we have another short?
No, that was the short that I wanted to bring up to you.
Oh.
Real quick.
Okay. I didn't have a short in particular, but I think we can. Hold on. Here's a fun one. I don't know what they're gonna talk about, but it's with one of the guys that's I guess he's like a Christian. I'm never too sure, but I think his background is more like Catholic, so we can check him out real quick.
Okay.
I don't know what this girl's talking about, but she's saying something. Let's see. Let's see what this is. All right.
Oh, that's
Zoom.
Michael Knowles? Yeah, it's
Yeah,
Michael
Knowles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For the
Noels.
entirety of
Let me.
indigenous communities have used two-spirit personas for the entirety of their culture, and so that leads me to my question. When you say that transgenderism must be eradicated from public life entirely, I ask you, Mr. Knowles, how can we eradicate something that has been here as long as humans have?
Well, yeah, there have been all sorts of crazy, terrible ideas for a very long time, too. You're pointing to civilizations that committed human sacrifice, okay? You're saying that some ancient pagan tribe worshipped demons and therefore we need to castrate children. That's not a good argument. In fact, as recently as a little over 500 years ago, the Aztecs here in the Western Hemisphere slaughtered 80,000 people in a sacrifice to one of the demons that they worshipped within the span of 4 days. That's not a recommendation of doing that. I don't think that we ought to consider it. Though, unfortunately, in our increasingly pagan and liberal culture, we do commit human sacrifice to the tune of 800,000 babies a year sacrificed through abortion, and it would make the Aztecs
Ooh,
Indigenous communities.
I bet he destroyed her just now. I think he destroyed her just now. You know, because when it comes to these type of subjects, everybody's coming after the Christians because we're
Yeah.
against it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so having somebody to speak that clearly with good examples and tangible facts is great, because they always try to make these arguments like, oh, how can you do this to these people? How we not doing nothing? The facts are there.
Mhm.
What's good is good and what's bad is bad. Y'all just want to call good bad and bad good. The
Yeah.
facts are not facts no more to them. Is how they feel about it, and they want to manipulate it. That's not how it's working. If
Yeah.
you want to do that, then other things that are bad, we got to call them good too. Like the human sacrifices. Let's continue that. What about that?
Mhm. Mhm.
You see what I'm saying? So it's
Yeah.
always funny to hear the arguments, because they always try to make these arguments that can't be supported as a whole, because if you want to bring that side of things, you had to bring in all the other stuff,
Exactly.
like kind of how he was giving examples of.
Exactly. You have to pick and choose. And something along those lines, uh, they as in like people who want a certain thing to go their way will say all kinds of things without really knowing the history behind it. So Ghanaians, West Africans, they used to consider children that were born left-handed as an evil thing.
yeah.
They also consider children that were born with deformities as an evil thing. So what they would do is they would take these children out into the forest and they would leave them there to die. They would leave them there
Crazy.
to fend for themselves, because it's an evil thing to be born left-handed or with deformities.
Yeah, the left-handed one is pretty crazy.
Hey man, you would have been
Because-
left, man.
Yeah, they would have left
would've-
because
Ooh.
yeah, because we all know about it, because we grew up in the culture. And so yeah, the left-handers, they got a problem with us, you know.
Yes.
And it's just crazy to think about, just because you use a different hand.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? To eat with, because everybody's using both of their hands to do things with, but
Mhm.
just only because you eat with it or write with it, that confirms the you know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
ridiculous a little
I mean,
bit.
It means you're disgusting. Look, and you know what that's based off of? It's based off
Yeah,
of
tell them.
it's based off of the fact that in the culture, it is good to do everything with the right hand. It is good to greet
Yeah.
with the right hand. It is good to eat with the right hand, like you said. It is good to interact with people with the right hand. And if you use the left hand, it's a statement of disrespect, because you're not doing it with the predominantly dominant hand. Because everyone was right hand dominant, it is good to do everything with the right hand.
Yeah.
Right. So now we try to take this ancient practice and try to bring it today and say, hey, look, because they killed people who had deformities and were writing with their left hands, I think we should kill everyone today who has deformities and does stuff with, like, nah, dude, there are certain things that people do that just, no, you don't.
Yeah, just because it existed before don't mean we should continue doing it. You know,
Exactly. Yeah.
like that argument is usually going to be defeated.
Hey, if evolution really is real and we are getting smarter as human beings, why would we go back to the ancient times to bring about these twin-spirited, she said, or something like that? And
I don't know what she said.
I don't know either, man. All I heard was go back to your seat and sit down. That's
Yeah, man,
wild.
she got destroyed out here, and
Yeah.
and I bet she was puffed up or
Oh
charged up
yeah.
by by like people. Like I think what made her even go up there to do it is probably because she knows somebody that's in the community, and she's like, "I'm going to stand up for you. I'm going to show them, da. And she had conversations based on the conversation with them. I feel like she based the conversation off of people that she know instead of, you know, she don't to me she doesn't seem like one of those people that's really into it like that. I think she has
Yeah.
friends or associates within there that she wanna, uh, I guess, be accepted into more, and so she supports what they're doing or whatever. I don't know, but that's my guess.
Yeah,
That's my guess.
that's how it always goes, man. People like history is so weird. I was watching um this channel, something with Genesis. It's a Christian based YouTube channel. Um and it was talking about how America always talks about how, Christopher Columbus and all of these English people came over and killed the Native Americans here, but they actually looked into the history of the Native Americans and they migrated from Asia. Like, not Asia, but somewhere northwest, not from America, not from North America. They migrated from somewhere. So when they got here, who was here that they killed off? We don't go back far enough.
Yeah. What about if there are people here, where do they go?
But yeah, why are the
Yeah.
Native Americans the only people here? Like, that's a real question.
This morning and this is kind of like, I guess, connected in a way. Is that, how like in the history books they say like all the continents were one thing.
Yeah.
Do we really know that was the case or no?
That's based off of secular science.
Okay, that's what I was thinking. That's
Yeah.
what I was because I was reading Genesis today, and that thought came across, that question came up, and because from back in the days in the history books that they showed, or in the science books or whatever, they showed everything connected and how it formed. Like all we know, the pictures of how everything is shaped could be BS.
True.
You know what I mean? To make it look like everything could fit or used to fit, they could have just made that whole diagram up.
The
Why
only
not,
thing,
right?
the only thing that makes me lean toward believing that is the pictures, like you're talking about. The pictures look like if you were to bring everything back together,
Look like a puzzle piece.
it would look like a puzzle piece. That's the only thing that keeps me on the oh no, it's fake,
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, that's a good question, man. We gotta question everything. We do
Bro.
not question everything like everything is fake, but we have to question everything like where is the historical reference and evidence that this is actually true? You see what I'm saying? And the people who say these things, what is their belief system? What lens are they looking through?
Exactly. What's
So,
their background?
What's their background? Yep.
Yeah, bro.
Yep.
That's a good question. So what do we want to hit next?
All right, man. So next we're hitting the Just Pearly Tings expository
Yeah.
by Abba and Preach. Okay.
Yeah.
This is wild. Ruslan,
Yeah, Ruslan. Ooh.
he did a reaction to a question that Abba and Preach had from this video. So Abba and Preach, they ended up talking about adultery. Abba, Abba, what do you oh man, the Middle Eastern guy. The Middle Eastern guy.
Or Ruslan?
No.
Or no, not
Abba.
not Ruslan.
Not Preach, not the Haitian one. The Middle
Abba.
Eastern one. You know, the guy on the right side.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you're watching
Wait.
videos.
Is he Preach?
No, Abba is the one on the right. Preach is the Haitian darker skinned dude with the dreads. Abba basically said adultery is the worst sin in the Bible.
Here we go, man.
I mean, he also said himself he doesn't really know the Bible. But these are some of the common things that people say. And then Preach, the dreads guy, He said,
Uh-huh.
"No, I don't agree because there's 7 deadly sins, and adultery isn't
That's
one of them."
the 7 deadly sins ain't no 7 deadly sins in the Bible.
Yeah, I
What are you
know.
talking about?
I know. I think,
That sound like almost something from Grey's Anatomy.
yeah.
Oh no, not Grey's Anatomy, but 50 Shades of Grey.
What? 50 Shades of Grey's Anatomy would have been a better reference. What do you mean 50 Shades of Grey, man? Have you read that
Hey,
book?
we just talking. No, but I heard the movie was
all
freaky.
All right.
I don't know nothing about that, but
get-
I just heard it's freakazoid. So
All right.
that's
As long as you haven't
that's
read the
pretty much
book,
it.
man, you still a Duke, man. The moment you read that book, man, you throwing your Duke card out, man. That thing is gone. I don't know what guy. I will read 50 Shades of Grey when I'm in my spare time today.
Nah,
That is
yeah, that's
wild.
definitely a lady's, go to. You know what I mean? That's what they will go to. But
So
furthermore,
yeah, so I've been Preacher talking about this, and this all stems from the conversation of this girl named Brittany Venti. Her subscriber count has gone up a couple thousand in the last couple of days.
is she light skinned?
She's white.
Oh, okay. I'm thinking about somebody else then.
Yeah. She did a whole 40-minute compilation and evidence-based gatherings on just pearly things and how much of a fraud she is. Now, before we get into all of that stuff,
Yeah.
let's remember the Just Pearly Things and Hafiz debate that
Yeah.
every single man, if almost every single man, if not all of them in the red pill space talked about how Hafiz got destroyed by Just Pearly Things. Let's just remember these men, okay? Because these are the same men that would say speak with integrity, but yet speak on an issue without really knowing all the ins and outs. That's why we try to stay away from making solid judgments about people on this channel before we get enough information. Were you going to say something?
No.
All right.
Nah.
So,
But
to anyone that watched the Just Pearly Things and Hafiz debate, toward the end, Hafiz there was a conversation about Hafiz calling Just Pearly Things by a certain name. And that name basically indicated or pointed to the fact that Just Pearly Things is a fraud. I don't know if it was the debate they had or it was the round 2 on the some value entertainment channel. I forget. Okay. Hafiz called her a fraud. This was like 4 to 6 months ago, before anyone else figured out she was a fraud. There were some.
and which did he call her? Where did he call her out a fraud on? Which channel?
I think her channel, the debate they had, the 2-hour debate they had.
Oh,
Yeah, he called her a certain name. Yeah.
I think I missed that. I think I missed it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was somewhere. I'm not making this up. So he called her that name or whatever. At that time, you'll be like, yeah, Hafiz, he's losing. So he's saying, bro, tell me why this girl really is a fraud. I'm going to play a couple snippets from the Brittany Venti channel. And then, yeah, we can.
Hold on 1 second. Let me run and get something real quick. Give me
right.
30 seconds.
Hey, all right. I'm going to give you 30 seconds. 30. But, yeah. So Just Pearly Things, I've watched her content and I really have had nothing to say except for the fact that there's something off about this. And until I saw this whole put together, I would say documentary on what she's been doing, it didn't click until I saw the documentary, which Abba and Preach first showed on their channel. So the documentary basically outs her, right? It says, here is a woman who is this age, this height, this whatever, and she is not married, and she's preaching about being married with values while her history does not stand to question. Her history can't be the evidence of what she is saying on her channel. She's basically lying. And she was caught in a couple of lies, by the way. But let me go ahead and show this now that you're here.
Caught up, got me feeling that.
Oh,
Caught
for
up,
sure.
don't know what it is.
All right, I'm going to play this.
Count.
from the husband. Give me a percentage.
Were you saying something?
Oh no, go ahead.
All right.
Uh-oh.
I don't know.
Before on her channel, she actually used to be more nuanced and actually criticized the manosphere for not acknowledging exceptions.
You know, I know that one girl that makes more money than her husband, or whatever the exception is to the rule. And we see it, I think, more often than the manosphere really gives credit to. I think in general, men don't want to date single mothers. But I know a lot of single mothers that got remarried.
She was even willing to have her virgin friends come on the show.
Oh,
to
this the girl right
explain
here?
There's a girl.
perspective and why they wouldn't sleep with someone with a high body count like the host of Fresh and Fit.
Oh Lord, they don't sponsor us. But anyway, yeah, I don't even know what the heck this is. But yeah, so what she's saying in the video right now is how just Pearly Things actually used to think the opposite of what she's saying now. She used to like kind of go against the red pill community a little bit. And now it seems like she's just saying word for word everything that they say. And she keeps calling. It's funny too, because in the video, in the one-on-one debate that she did with Hafiz, she constantly talked about how rude he is because he kept interrupting. You know, he was being boisterous and kind of annoying.
And he was like, he was like, I thought you wanted to contact. I thought you wanted to, he said, he kept on going back. I thought you wanted to, you know, like a hot taker or like, you know, basically make it interesting and make it, you know, get pushed out.
Yeah.
So that was what he was trying to do. That's what he was saying. I thought that was hilarious.
Isn't it funny though that under the
We're just having fun.
I know. Yeah, I thought you wanted content. Under the same breath, this girl talked about some whales. She was calling bigger women whales, but you're calling Hafiz rude.
Oh, she calling bigger women whales?
Yeah, she does it all the time.
She haven't watched Stomp the Yard, son.
Bro, I'm not gonna show that part in this video that this lady did about her, but man, I'm gonna see if I can find it. Because what goes around truly comes around, bro. Like, oh, all right. Let's just watch this. Oh, were you gonna say something?
Oh no, go ahead.
Okay.
Oh, something.
Friends that I waited till they were married to have sex on my podcast to actually talk about what they look for in guys.
Then only a month later, she starts regurgitating manosphere talking points.
If you get married and it doesn't work out, like women can and will take all of your money.
Pearl doesn't like when you go, but men, in response to her.
And whenever we talk about where the women need to improve, we always need to point the finger at the men.
But the reason people go, but what about men, is because she doesn't seem to address the other half of the equation. Women haven't single-handedly made men cheat, cause obesity, or cause divorce, but Pearl will take it and spin it in a way to where women are the blame and men don't take any accountability for it. For example, 80% of women initiate divorce is something she will say in order to blame women. But women initiating divorce doesn't necessarily mean that they were in the wrong. If it were the other way around, I just know that Pearl would spin it as men are leaving modern women because they're low value. I mean, she already does this with Passport Bros.
Are Western women typically known as good wives? Are they sought after all over the world? Or are men getting their passports and going elsewhere?
It's not 100% of the woman's fault, and if you don't address even the 10% of the time where it's the man's fault, then you're not really solving anything.
So, yeah, that part, the interesting thing about the men who go abroad to find wives, we've talked about this before. You don't know what you're going to find. How are you going to vet the family history? Where is this person's siblings? How are they living their lives? How did the parents raise them? Why did the parents raise... Bro, when you say, like, just go out the country and find a wife, you're basically saying, put your hand in a big jar of poisonous spiders and see which one bites you first.
Cat.
Yeah, you have no idea what you're doing. But at the end of the day, that's what they say. Let me jump ahead to.
And you had the Auburn preach one, right? Or no?
This is the video they're talking about. Do you want to?
Okay,
watch
okay.
This? Yeah.
Nah. I just thought you wanted to show a part of them talking about it, but okay.
Yeah, this is the video they're talking about. They also talk about different points and stuff. This is just what I found interesting when I actually watched her video.
Natural coloration and features, then you're wearing the wrong colors. The stylist doesn't apply this knowledge or...
What's going on here is her friend took her friend. So she Just Pearly Things hired a stylist to help her find the best fitting clothes for her. And it was trash because she didn't look good, and the stylist kept.
It was trash.
Yeah, because she didn't look good.
Man.
But the stylist kept saying, "Oh yeah, you look great. Yeah, you'll get to meet some high valued men." Yeah, like. Yeah.
Even utilize basic color theory, and instead he takes her to a cheap fast fashion store like Zara. If he were actually good at his job, he would not be making these mistakes. If
it was a guy.
It was a dude.
Clearly for Pearl,
it was a zesty guy.
There are better budget-friendly places to go to for higher quality clothes. For example, go thrifting. But yeah, clearly Pearl doesn't need to go thrifting. He could have just taken her to a higher end mall or a department store. Honestly, he just does her dirty the entire time.
That's super cool. That looks really nice.
Look at his face, bro.
Where would I go with this outfit?
I think that could be an afternoon. I think that could be an evening outfit. I think you could go out in Shoreditch wearing that. You could go to Canary Wharf to one of the bars down there. Meet some nice high value guy.
He looks at her with a straight face, telling her she's going to meet a high value guy in this outfit.
Wait.
Look at this guy's face. Look how he looked.
Yeah,
okay,
go back.
Early when he look at her, go back. He look at her, right? And he's like just his face. Look at his face, bro. Look at this guy. He just looked disgusted a little bit. He's like, yeah, I can't even look at her all the way. Like, look at it. His face is telling me that.
The entire time.
That's super cool. That looks really nice.
He said, that looks so cool. That look really nice. Bro, does she not see what's going on, bro?
Yeah.
Wow, that's funny.
Yeah. He just
funny.
looks like, dang, I'm really getting paid for this? Oh, shoot.
He looked like he lied.
Yes.
Where would I go with this outfit?
I think that could be an afternoon.
He's not even looking at her. Why are you looking at the camera, man? What is this?
I think that could be an evening outfit. I think you could go out in Shoreditch wearing that. You could go to Canary Wharf to one of the bars down there. Meet some nice high value guy.
He looks at her with a straight face, telling her she's going to meet a high value guy. And
this would have sounded worse if he had a regular American accent. But since he has that British, luxurious accent, it sounds better.
Yeah, it's a cover up.
This outfit. Oh, it'll look nice going out for errands and having a nice dinner. He's just talking out of his ass.
So what do we rate this one?
It's a high 8.
Like, I don't know.
Did you hear that?
A high 8.
A high 8.
8.
Bro,
what
even
you talking about?
Yeah, I know, right? Like, what does that even mean? See, that's how you know he's lying.
I'll give you a low 8. What?
A low 8.
A low 8 is great.
Dude, like, just his expressions,
so what do we
man.
rate this 1 to 10?
I reckon it's a high 8.
I wonder if this dude is still working, man.
He said. He's conflicted. He's like, oh, really? You gonna ask me? Now I gotta lie more? Oh my gosh, this guy is great.
This is great content, right?
I need to see more of this guy, bro.
Right.
So what do we rate this 1 to 10?
I reckon it's a high 8.
Like, I don't know how a stylist can honestly rate these outfits so high.
All right, now we're talking.
Spin, not too fast. Okay.
He must think that she's
that was
because he keeps.
Bro, I thought that was a robe.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. I thought it
the
was a
heck is
road.
that?
That's how you
Nah,
know this
bro.
dude is like, freak this, man. I'm done. I don't give a crap.
Putting her in
Yeah,
trash bags.
it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Because he's done it now like 3 or 4 times in this
Look at this. This
video,
looks like
and
some
he's not
lingerie, like,
highlighting any of the
morning
flattering
robe.
parts of her body, which defeats the entire purpose of having a stylist help you. There are several different body shapes.
This is how I was. This is
Ooh.
where she gets into the weight and the body and the shape and all of that. And I brought this up specifically for the fact that just Pearly Things calls bigger women whales, right?
But for
I didn't-
Pearl,
I-
she holds most of her weight.
Nothing.
Yeah, she calls. Yeah. Anyway.
Oh Lord.
She calls them whales, and people will be like, "Can you not call women whales?" And she'd be like, "No, but that's what they are." Ha ha. Ha. All right, joke's on you.
Proportionately in her arms and in her stomach. And that should have been taken into consideration when he was dressing her. Regardless if she loses weight, her proportions will stay the same relative to her other body parts. You can bring balance back to the body by drawing the attention to the most attractive body parts and away from the least attractive ones using color, patterns, texture. But of course, he would know that if he actually knew what the hell he was doing as a stylist. It is honestly just so frustrating watching him not look smacks her. In this outfit, the skirt does not work. Pearl could have put on some jeans with a wider cut at the bottom to balance her upper, heavier half, or she could have put on a skirt that was A-line, high-waisted, and above the knee, but in middle of the
I'm
thigh,
lost.
not too short.
She said A line.
A-line. Yeah, the skirt is
Yeah.
straight.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't get fashion
Would have done the
terms.
trick
man.
to bring attention to her legs and away from her stomach.
I'm pulling it in the back because it's too big.
That is, though, size aside, that's pretty cool. But that is proper like New Year's Eve party type.
Yes.
type
Should I wear it
thing.
for New Year's Eve? Get it fitted? Or let
Yeah.
You see how he literally highlights her stomach with bright green sparkles? I can't take this anymore. And then he has the audacity, he must got it from Pearl, the audacity to suggest for her to tailor a Zara dress that won't survive one wash. Literally go watch a fashion channel. Go watch Ali Art on YouTube and then come back to us when you actually know how to do your job. And it's not just her frumpy style that's preventing her from looks maxing. It's also her presentation with her hair. She's not bothering to style it, and many people are even commenting about it.
I just
under her
noticed that.
TikToks.
Yes.
That's kind of gross.
Yeah, she doesn't look like she cares about her body image, which I think that kind of matters at least a little bit. But then she'll go on air and make fun of women for their body shape and for not being in weight. Like, dang, man. That and here's the thing that comes full circle is everyone was making fun of Hafiz when he was acting crazy on her channel. This was probably why. Because he knew from the get-go that Pearl is a fake. For the same reason why Abba and Preach called her a fake. Yeah. He also called her a fake. But he actually went on her channel and acted crazy. Which didn't help him. But at the end of the day, we have to remember he knew that she was a fraud in this sector of YouTube before he went on her channel. So it kind of puts everything in perspective. And then all the guys who went on Hafiz's channel and went on talking about she destroyed him. She didn't do anything. She didn't do anything. She was more of a hypocrite on her own channel than he went on there to be. So it's just kind of crazy how people would just take something and run with it when it goes with the media, right? That's why we say take your time to talk about stuff. Because at the end of the day, you would be able to say something because you haven't said conflicting arguments in the past. You know, we may be subject to this ourselves too. We're not perfect, but we try to take our time on these things, man. You have anything to add?
So boom, nah. I think because I don't want to say anything that's mean. So
Right.
Some ideas that came to my head that I'm not going to share live. I'll tell you after, but we're not going to do it here live.
Yeah. It's really easy to make fun of people. It really is.
Oh, yeah.
Especially the people you don't like. It's too easy, and that's the easy way out. So, you know. But anyway, at the end of the day, we know who she is now. Whoever's still listening to her, That's on you with the information that you get. She said herself, she's not here to educate people. She's just here for entertainment. So
Yeah, she's trying to get paid, man.
exactly.
And I'm not necessarily mad, but man, you gotta be careful of the information you give because that could affect people's lives negatively
Yeah.
and ruin people. So, that's important to make sure you don't do.
Very, very.
Yeah.
Agreed, man. What's up next on our plate, Mr. 88?
Man, we got now this story right here. This is ongoing. Just still trying to figure out the exact pieces to this storyline. Now we're talking about Jamie Foxx. Jamie Foxx has been hospitalized. What's been going on and what they're saying is that either some kind of health issue, some kind of stroke that may have happened, some kind of heart problem. They say he's been unresponsive. Sources say that he's in critical danger. We don't know what's going on exactly, but we do know that he's not in a good situation. How bad is it? We're not sure. What has transpired and what episodes did he have up till now? We're not exactly sure because the family wants to keep that information private. But until news and word gets out, we won't know exactly how he's doing. But it is kind of interesting because there are some people calling out to pray for him, which we should all do is pray for him. Whatever situation he is, pray that he gets better and pray that he gets out of the hospital, especially in good condition. There's some conspiracy theories, out there, in the fact that maybe somebody is trying to destroy his elevation. There's been some historical, stories about how certain celebrities within the business of Hollywood and all that good stuff, when they try to elevate or when they do elevate to the next level, things happen and things go wrong if they try to get out of it or if they try to move away. So this could be a lot of the reason how it happened. Some people are saying some stuff. I don't know if it's necessarily true. It could just be a health issue, based on just how he's been doing throughout the years. Maybe he had a condition that he's been dealing with this whole time. Nobody knew. And now it's affected him this way. Could be that. Could be if somebody's trying to target him. Hey, I don't know. Hold your tongue. Don't say anything. If he was out there exposing stuff, then it could be a possibility. Besides that, man, we're still waiting on the family to come out and give more information on his progress. You see how good he's doing. But they are calling for prayer. Jamie Foxx, as we do know it from his stand-up and from his old content, is that he did grow up in the church, so he knows about God and things of that nature. Is he living as one who knows God personally? I don't know. I can't answer that. But we're going to look at a video from Ruslan, and maybe we might get some more insight on that side of things of how he's doing now, if there is more information. So let's see the video with Ruslan and see if Jamie Foxx is either getting closer to God in this moment. Because, a lot of people, they start to get closer to God when they're in critical condition, And this is not surprising. We see this historically. People run when they have ailments, and when they lose things, they run to God. God help. It seems to be a natural thing to a lot of people.
Yeah.
When they get into dire straits, a lot of people run to God, and it's very interesting how that happens naturally. But let's continue to the video and let's see.
It's almost as natural as fight or flight, as they say, right? When you're in a fight, when you're in a crazy situation, you either fight or you flee. When you're dying, you either go to God or you just die. It's one of the two. It's like this is what's natural in people, but people always fight it anyway.
Yeah.
Emergency, and because his family has kept him out of private, as most of his life has been kept private, people ran with all kinds of bizarre theories and allegations and connecting it to the big V and all sorts of other things. And recently, the rumors kept spicing up more and more, saying that he had took a turn for the worst, leading his daughter to come out and surprisingly tell us that all of this is nonsense, that Jamie Foxx has been released from the hospital. He's at home recuperating. Okay, so this is how weird the time that we're in is, that people can make whatever statements they want and perpetuate nonsense all along.
See, this is what I'm saying, bro. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like all these stories coming out, and people be making. See, that's why we got to be careful on what stories come out about people, especially when they're trying to crucify them. You know, just like the Jonathan Majors story. I don't know the details, okay? So I'm not gonna be like, okay, this is definitely it, or this is definitely not it. But I'm just saying, like, even with that story, people so quick to believe something bad about somebody. You know, when somebody could have clearly made that up within the companies that they work for in their stories, just to get a hot take, just to get this about money, guys. The stories that people put on here, they need to get eyes and they need to get traffic to that. So they're gonna make it spicy and hot so they can get those eyes and they get those traffic. So the money could be there. Like this is a money game, man.
Yeah.
Long. He's been home, he's been recouping, he's been recovering, but that hasn't changed the fact that his name has been trending all over the media. And so here's his daughter making a statement saying, sad to see how the media runs wild. A lot of sites that I follow were putting out just complete nonsense about this. My dad has been out of the hospital for weeks.
Wow.
Recuperating. In fact, he was playing pickleball yesterday. Thanks for everyone's prayers and support. So what I wanted to do on this video, considering that this is still a conversation that people are having, I actually wanted to reference Jamie Foxx's bold profession in Jesus, seemingly.
This is what I want to hear because, you know, for years he's been talking about that and how he grew up in the church and things of that nature, but we never really hear him talk specifically to that. So, especially around this time, at least it wasn't captured on video, is what I'm saying. And so, if he has something like that, I'm very interested in learning where he's at. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because he's deep in the business, so I want to understand his side.
Oh yeah.
Now I don't know if he is.
Oh, were you saying something?
No.
Saying that this is as a joke, or if he's being literal in the sense. But nevertheless, this clip had been surfacing around, and I found it extremely refreshing and intriguing, and I want to kind of give you guys some of my thoughts on it. Okay, so this is a clip from a couple years back, and this is an interview he did. It's not the greatest quality, but I don't think we need it to be the greatest quality. Not the greatest quality, but we don't need it to be the greatest quality. So here is him addressing if one of the most Googled questions about him is accurate, and then he goes into a whole bit in a public proclamation about Jesus. Check this out.
Is Jamie Foxx vegan?
I didn't know people cared about this sort of stuff, right? If so-and-so is vegan, if so-and-so is keto, if so-and-so is paleo. For the record, no disrespect to any of the vegans out here, but I am not vegan.
Well, hold on. You know it's a problem when you have to apologize for not being vegan before you say you're not vegan. That's wild.
Yeah, because people, man.
Wow.
Why don't we just sit back and look at what's happening? Why are we getting offended by every little thing, man? They soft out here. Back in New York, we didn't do this type of thing over there.
Nah, man, you can't say that with your Grey's Anatomy book right on your bed, man. I see that thing, man. I see it.
I don't got nothing like that, guys. I don't know what you talk about.
He bought the deluxe version with the author's signature and everything. You showed me. I was like, nah, man, this is wrong. Yeah. All right, man. We got that.
But yeah, this is crazy. This is crazy.
Yeah, that's
that
crazy.
People like you gotta apologize for everything, man. I'm sorry for looking at you with both my eyeballs, but I wanted to tell you, like, what the heck we doing, man? What kind of life are we about to live over here in the next coming years?
Hey, man, we're watching it.
The things that is being Googled about Jamie Foxx, apparently. Check this out.
Actually, I'm Baptist.
Oh, snap.
And I've been Baptist my whole life. Like, you know, to me, Jesus is the foundation. Nothing against other vegans.
Jesus is the foundation, nothing against other vegans. And It's almost like he's
What?
being tongue-in-cheek here. You don't know.
Yeah, hold on.
He went a little bit sideways with that answer.
You want me to continue or you got more?
Yeah, continue. Maybe it'll make sense. As we continue.
What he is alluding to, but then he goes on to kind of flex his spiritual prowess, if you will. Listen to what he goes on to say.
I don't know where they go as far as heaven and hell is concerned, but I know.
Hold on, he said, I don't know where vegans go in terms of heaven and hell is concerned.
Okay.
Nothing against other vegans. I don't know where they go as far as heaven and hell is concerned, but I know where I'm going as far as heaven is concerned. Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy, Joshua, Judges, Ruth.
Hold on, man. I don't know if you're being serious, but let's continue. You got something to say?
No, this is crazy.
First, Second Samuel, First, Second Kings, Second Chronicles, Ezra, Esther, Nehemiah, Job, Psalms, Proverbs, Ecclesiastes, Song of Solomon, Isaiah, Jeremiah, Lamentations, Ezekiel, Daniel, Hosea, Joel, Amos, Obadiah, Jonah, Micah, Nahum, Zephaniah, Haggai, Malachi.
Now, I'll be honest with you. I don't got all the books.
I don't even have the books memorized. I don't even have all the names memorized.
I memorized the books of the Bible back in middle school. They made us do it. And I know the Old Testament and the New Testament, but that don't necessarily make you qualify for anything except for a good memory.
True.
Yeah.
In order. Let me know if you got to memorize it. Is this like a song that people had when they were kids? How do you know all this, Jamie Foxx? How do you know all of the books in the Bible in such flawless sequential order? I need someone to explain this to me, because I don't know. If I'm honest, I don't know half of these. Okay, so I need somebody to explain this to me in the comment section. Or maybe, am I too old? If this is a song, am I too old to learn this song?
Nah, Rustam. Basically, people just grew up memorizing it. That's pretty much it. I think majority of people that know it today grew like some part of their life when they're younger, memorized it in school or in church, something like that.
But memorized it in what way? Because I want to know how they memorize it. Like, you know how we know our ABCs, the months of the year, you know?
Wait. Did he just say ABC?
Nah, man. You know I didn't say that. You know
I thought I heard some ABC action.
Well, I was doing something with my mouth, so, you know.
Oh, okay. Whoa. I can't see what you're doing, so that sounds kind of crazy.
Nah, it's not that crazy, man.
Okay, I'm just saying. But yeah, it's like we wrote it, and then it was kind of like a rhythm to it. Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy, Joshua, Judges, Ruth. You know what I mean? Like it's kind of like a pace type of thing to it. But yeah, we wrote it, and then we just would say it. You know, it wasn't really any special technique like you know with the presidents. The Presidents was a song. Washington, Adams, Jefferson, Madison, Monroe, Adams. That's it. Like it was more of a song there, but with the Bible books.
You know what's crazy? You know what's funny about that? Maybe the format of songs help, but we memorize lyrics to music from beginning to end, and all the little and the you know, all of that stuff. But we can't find a way to memorize the Bible or like the presidents or even the states. The states I know there was a song for that one, so I remember this. Or even the countries of the world. We can't do that, but we can quote the newest song Beyonce has out. You know what I'm saying? That's wild. That is wild.
Help me out, because I want to know all the books in the Bible.
It's about Jesus, okay?
Pull it back.
Hosea, Joel, Amos, Obadiah, Jonah, Micah, Nahum, Zephaniah, Haggai, Malachi. It's about Jesus, okay? Nothing against vegans, but we going to heaven over here.
Hey, fellow lobsters, if you've ever read 12 Rules for Life, have you ever wondered how to talk to your kids?
Hey, he's read Grey's Anatomy.
Nah.
Cool, man. It's about Jesus. Before I give you guys my final thoughts, I got to show you something crazy. Hey, you want to see... I don't know how active he is with his faith. I don't know what that means in his day-to-day life, but...
Okay, well, I was hoping for something else, but we didn't get it.
Yeah.
But what we did get is the fact of he's apparently back home. His daughter said he ain't in no hospital. He hasn't been in hospital for weeks. Bro, this storyline has been going on for at least about a week and a half.
Wow.
But what the heck, though, man? You see what people be doing? If the truth is that he's actually home, you know, people push stretching the story to get money at this point.
Yeah.
Like
That's
the stories
weird.
are fake, bro. It's I'm telling you, like those type of news sources be just doing this for the money, man. Stretching the stories out, you know, having these hot takes, and none of it is essentially real. You know,
Mhm.
it's just something to grab people's attention, and for eyes to come onto. So this situation of his health, it sounded like it's in better condition than we thought, or than we think. Hopefully it is, because that's what I've been praying for. I have been praying for him for his recovery, because I thought he was still in the hospital in critical condition, originally, from the sources from the stuff I've been hearing from sources. But like I say, I never really fully invested in any of them. But I just heard what was going on, and just out of precaution, still prayed for him in case he was in critical condition.
That's
you
true.
know?
That's
So-
true. I was gonna say you're over there praying for this guy and he's playing pickleball.
I don't even know what that is.
No
Pickleball, you know
idea,
what that is?
man. I thought
Shoot,
you
let's
would
look it
know.
up.
I thought you would know.
Nah, I know you know what
Nah. Nope. Nope.
The
Nope.
sauce-
Nope.
Hey,
Nope.
according to you.
Nah, man.
Well, anyway, I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep it clean, because what you know is kind
Oh,
of crazy.
That's why you got them extra large pickles, so you could play pickleball by yourself in your room.
Nah,
Nah.
I'm even scared. I'm even scared to type in pickleball, because I don't want nothing to pop up, man.
Nah, man. It's right in your search. He typed in P and it said pickleball and how to play it with your largest pickles.
Nah, that's insane.
That's outstandingly insane. That's extravaganza.
Also, the sausage soup ingredients that you looked up was pretty crazy, because the sausage that was actually a part of the soup was like a megalodon sausage. I never heard of that, but apparently D knows where to get those. So that's pretty crazy. You know what I mean? I have never heard of those types before. But he got the plug.
You said
D gets special cuts. Pickleball. Let me see.
here.
Pickleball.
I'm. It's in the stream.
Oh, it's in the screen?
I'm Matt Goebel,
Stream, yeah.
and I'm here to talk to you guys about pickleball. Pickleball is the fastest growing sport in America. It was invented by 3 dads on Bainbridge Island back in 1965. It's a combination of tennis, ping pong, and badminton. It's played on a badminton-sized court with a net about 2 inches shorter than a tennis net. You play it with a paddle a little bit bigger than a ping pong paddle and a little more durable wiffle ball. You can play it as either doubles or singles. So singles is 1-on-1, doubles is a combination of 2 teams, 2-on-2. It's growing for a number of reasons. It's a lot easier on the body, and it's a lot easier to pick up. Most racket sports require hours and hours of lessons, but with pickleball, you can walk onto a court, pick up a paddle, and within 5 minutes of learning how to play, you can be playing a competitive game with your friends. It's a really fast-paced sport, which takes advantage of your quick hands and reflexes, but it's also strategic. It's like a chess match on a court. Pickleball is a great workout. It's fun.
All right. I think we know what pickleball
I
is.
think we got it's basically doggone more loving tennis with a other handle instead of a tennis racket. It's something else.
Sounds like a heavier spherical object also that they're hitting around.
Yeah, it look kind of thick. Like, yo, that pickle paddle, whatever that's called, you can use the ding somebody.
It's just called a pick. It's just called a paddle, man. I don't know.
It's called a paddle?
I don't know why you throwing pickle in
Okay, yeah, you would know, right? You know what I mean? Okay.
What do you? It's called a paddle, man. What is your problem tonight? What is this? Why are you so aggressive today?
Okay, we got it, man. Hey, he knows all the special terms and everything. Of course, of course.
Doggone, man. This is insane. This is absolutely absurd.
But that's funny though. That's funny. Like Jamie Foxx was out there playing good. Like he was playing an active sport.
Yeah, pickleball. While we're all sitting here worried about if he's dying, but really, if he's in the hospital, prayer wouldn't hurt. But you can't trust the media on the stuff they put out. They all have an agenda, man. They want to make money. You know?
Yeah, and shoot, I'm even skeptical even about if that was really his daughter saying what he read. You know, bro. At this point, you don't know what to believe, man.
Yeah, that is so
Baby
true,
making
man.
stuff up all day.
Yeah.
Pickleball,
man.
Who play? He's honestly, he's black. Who play pickleball? What? This story is amazingly crazy.
Hey, man. Yeah, it's kind of
Huh?
wild, man. All the left field stuff that's coming in.
What in the world?
Hey,
bro?
man.
Pickleball?
Jamie Neal. I mean, Jamie Foxx. Jamie Neal. Jamie
Neal.
Neal is some girl I went to high school with. Jamie Foxx. Jamie Foxx is a rich person. So I wouldn't be surprised if he was playing
That
egg
is
ball.
true.
You know what I'm
That
saying?
is- yeah.
Yeah.
But Jamie Foxx, amongst others, got some flavor in them. You know what I mean? And that don't mean you can't play stuff because you got flavor in you. But I just don't think on his day off he playing pickleball. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's he was
It
playing.
just seemed a little bit off.
Yeah, true. Only a couple weeks after he got out the hospital. Nah, man, I don't know about that.
Pickleball sound like what a lot of zesty guys would love to play too.
Here
Not
he
gonna
goes
lie,
with the
pickle-
zesty stuff, man. Hey, thank you
Yo.
guys for joining our
Yo,
stream.
yo.
Good night.
It sounds crazy.
Here he goes, man. It's always zesty and pickles with you. Daggone, man. When are you gonna stop this?
Hey man, as soon as you start making them orders from your special meat guy, you know.
Hey, by the way, we went to the farmer's market to get some
Sausages?
steak. Nah, man. Nah, some steak, man. We went to the farmer's market to get some steak, and we were talking to the dude about grass-fed, grass-finished, and he was like, no, don't eat grass-fed to grass-finished. Eat grass-fed to grain-finished, because there's a lot more flavor in the ground beef, and there's a lot more marbling. You know, there's more fat in there. So
Yeah, more fat. Yeah.
Yeah, when you cook it.
Yeah. Matter of fact, no. Finish your point. My bad.
Why is this dude lying to us? He's talking about his family has been in the business for 83 years. At least be able to tell us the fact that y'all feed him a whole bunch of grain so they weigh heavier when you go to cut the meat and sell it, so you get more money. It just be honest. You know, I have no problems with that. You're honest with me, I make the proper choice. But he was like, I had grass-fed, grass-finished beef once, and let me tell you, it's expensive. It did not live up to that. I'm like, but what about the nutrients that you're getting? Does that not matter?
Yeah. What's up with that?
Lies.
Dang. So what are you gonna do now with that? You gonna get a new supplier?
We bought 2 slices to try it out because we forgot. We actually didn't make it in time to get a cow from a local farmer. So we have to get it from the market. So that's what we have to do.
Dang.
Yeah. What were you gonna say?
I'm gonna say a guy that I was talking to the other day, he was talking about how he grew up on a farm and his dad, you know, was a butcher, and pretty much he was telling me how the process works, and they feed them, you know, grains and corn as some, and he was talking about how the grains and corn, you know, gives, you know, makes them the meat fatty and stuff like that, and you know, so kind of similar to what you were saying, you know.
Dang, that's some.
And I thought that was interesting too.
Yeah, that's great information, because what it does is it puts a bunch of fat, and they call that marbling. That's not a good thing, by the way.
It's not.
It's not, because if you have a bunch of fat lined up in your muscles like that as an animal, that's not good. It needs to be lean meat, not meat with a whole bunch of fat running through it. They sell that to you as a marketing tactic.
Yeah, but it do taste good though. That's not a lie.
Some of them
taste good. Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah. I believe that.
Juicy.
Yeah, I believe that. But I will say the best steak I've ever had was grass-fed to grass-finished. That was amazing, man.
Really?
Yes. Oh, man.
What stood out about those cuts?
when you first put the steak in the pan and you're frying it, the smell. Oh, it smells nice and sweet. And then it kept the when you cook it, the juices didn't, because they say fed to grass finished. It's lean and it dries out when you cook it. Depends how you cook it. If you're good at cooking steak, you'll cook it well. So it retained a lot of the juices, and the taste was just
moisture.
Yeah, it was like as good as filet mignon, man. I'm telling you. Yes.
That sounds good.
It was a Delmonico cut too, which is ribeye. Same thing, I guess. But yeah, we're going off on a tangent at this point. Thank you guys for joining us on this live stream. Submit your reactions that you want us to react to, and we'll get to it ASAP. Usually takes us about 2 years to get to your reaction videos that you submit, so just keep your heads up for that. It was fun talking about this. I'm sure there's more to come out on just Pearly Things. I'm not sure we're going to cover her anymore because we know what she stands for and we know what she's trying to do out here. But other than that, look out for more content coming out. You got anything to say, Mr. E?
Hey, man, we're done, man. Make sure you subscribe if you're new. If you're watching the playback, comment down below, man. Let us know your thoughts.
Yeah.
Let's get straight to a conversation, man. Stop playing. And also, check out our old content, our podcast content. Plenty of episodes, man. Go ahead and, binge them. Play, 4K video, all that good stuff.
Yeah.
Man. So, plenty of content to consume if you want to get to know us a little bit better and our thoughts on other topics. Go check out season 2 and season 1. Plenty of content.
Yeah, man, we sweat for those 4K videos. Doggone. That was crazy. But anyway, thank you guys for joining. And we are out of here. Peace.